Georgia's 14th District Special Election. Runoff showdown. Welcome to another explosive update on American politics. Today, we're diving deep into the Georgia, U.S. House 14th District Special Election, a race that's gripping the nation with its high stakes, razor-thin margins, and what it reveals about the current political fault lines under President Trump's administration. No fluff, just the facts, drama, and unique insights to keep you hooked. Election trigger and timeline. This special election kicked off after the sudden resignation of the previous Republican incumbent, creating a vacancy in this solidly red district spanning rural Georgia. The initial vote on March 3, 2026, saw no candidate hit the 50% mark, forcing a runoff on March 17 between Republican Clayton Fuller and Democrat first round at around 48%, Harris at 45%, and scattered independents taking the rest. Turnout was surprisingly high for a special, over 25%, signaling this isn't your sleepy off-year contest. Key candidates breakdown. Clayton Fuller, the Republican frontrunner, is a 34-year-old conservative firebrand and local businessman who's Trump-endorsed and leaning hard into MAGA themes. His pitch: secure borders, cut taxes, and fight woke policies in Washington. Fuller's campaign raised $1.2 million, fueled by national GOP PACs, and he's hammering Harris as a radical. Shawn Harris, the Democrat challenger, is a 42-year-old former state rep and community organizer from Augusta. He's positioning as a moderate, focusing on healthcare access, infrastructure, jobs, and criticizing Fuller's extremism. Harris outraised Fuller in small donors, pulling $900,000, with boosts why this race matters nationally. Georgia's 14th is deep red. Trump won it by 30 points in 2024, so a Democratic upset would be seismic, potentially flipping the House balance closer to even. Republicans hold a slim majority now. Losing this seat pressures Trump's agenda on immigration and spending cuts. Unique point: the Trump factor's double-edged sword. Here is the angle no one is talking enough about. Trump's coattails are a weapon and a liability in 2026 specials. Fuller boasts the president's nod, but early polling shows Trump's approval dipping to 44% amid economic gripes and Ukraine aid fights, giving Harris an opening to paint Fuller as Trump's mini-me out of touch with local farmers facing inflation. In a district where 60% voted for Trump's re-election, this runoff tests if MAGA loyalty holds or if vote against the airwaves are war zones. Fuller's ads blast Harris, with clips of him at 2024 protests, labeling him anti-police and the Soros puppet. Classic GOP playbook that's landed $800,000 in attack buys. Harris counters with Fuller's past business ties to Chinese imports, dubbing him Beijing Clayton amid volunteers knocking doors daily. Harris counters with a superior black voter outreach machine in Augusta, where turnout could swing 5 points. Debates. One fiery clash on March 12 saw Fuller dodge Social Security questions, letting Harris score on Medicare expansion. District demographics driving the drama. Ga-14 is rural heartland, 55% white, 35% black, median income $52,000, heavy manufacturing and agriculture. White evangelicals 40%, lean Fuller. Black voters key to Harris, hit 70% D turnout in first round but need more. Economy bites. Factory closures from China competition fuel Fuller's protectionism, while Harris pushes Biden-era infrastructure. Polling deep dive and predictions. Latest aggregates. Fuller 51%, Harris 47%, 2% undecided. Fox News, March 10. But internals leak Harris closing gap via women's split 48-50. Wins by 4 to 6 points if GOP base mobilizes. Harris has upset path if black turnout tops 75% and Trump tweets alienate moderates. Betting markets give the 2026 midterm signals. This runoff foreshadows November. Specials like this test Trump's grip on primaries. Fuller crushed 10 GOP rivals, and Dems ground game revival post-2024 wipeout. If Harris wins, expect blue wave talk. Fuller victory reinforces GOP lock on Sunbelt Reds. Overlooked gem. Ga-14 exemplifies rural realignment, where Trumpism surges but independents sour on extremism. Fuller's youth appeals to under 40s, his edge plus 12. But Harris leads seniors 52-46 on entitlements, a warning for raging MAGA coalitions as boomers fade. Data shows 15% GOP defections in similar districts. From the ground interviews paint tension. Fuller's outguy against DC libs, says Farmer John in Milledgeville, but Nurse Tia in Augusta. Harris fights for my hospital. Clayton's all talk. Early voting up 20%, GOP edge shrinking. Money trail and outside influence. Total spend, $8 million, smashing records for a House special. Club for Growth $2 million pro Fuller. APO Victory Fund $1 million pro Harris. Dark money floods. Pro Runoff. Winner seated immediately. Impacting budget fights. Fuller joins Freedom Caucus, pushing hard right bills. Harris bolsters Dem moderates on infrastructure. Eyes on Trump's reaction. Victor played or Harris rigged clicks for international viewers. U.S. House shifts all to foreign aid. Fuller cuts Ukraine. Harris sustains it. With Middle East tensions. This seat tips votes on Iran sanctions. The showdown isn't just local. It's a crystal ball for Trump's second term. Will MAGA hold the line, or do cracks widen? Tune in March 17th. History awaits. Hit like, subscribe for global updates, and comment. Fuller or Harris?